Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video, man. Hey, peace and abundance to everybody watching right now. Before we start the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. That way we get this in the algorithm, spread this message, man. I greatly appreciate you. Hey, so you have to go crazy right now. You gotta go crazy. And when I say that word, right, I want you guys to understand what I mean. I'm not telling you to go out here and be a loose screw or to be reckless with yourself, with your life. But going crazy, you have to think differently. You cannot be like everybody else. When I say everybody else, I mean the masses. It's 2023. With everything going on right now in this world, bro, they're telling us aliens are here. They're telling us that about to have a blackout, phones about to go out, floods everywhere. Nature is breaking down this whole system. You cannot think like a normal person anymore. What you thought you knew in your past, you gotta relearn how to live. You gotta relearn how to think. Deprogram and then reprogram. All right, 7 years ago, before I was going through my spiritual awakening, I look at what I know now compared to then, and I'm just like, how did I survive? Like, the way I was living then, I don't see how I was surviving. That's how I know I had to have something watching over me and protecting me. I had no knowledge of, I had some knowledge of foods and how eating healthy affects your health, but I didn't have an in-depth knowledge of how much control I had over my health based on what I put in my body. We wasn't taught that. Most of the foods that we eat now is designed to destroy you anyway, so we didn't have that knowledge. 7 years ago, TikTok wasn't around where you had this explosion of spiritual knowledge. 7 years ago, you didn't see a lot of content creators talking like this. So you really had to find and dig for this information if you didn't go through an awakening yourself. You know what I mean? The way I was living, being out here in these streets, having one night stands, and then wondering why I got all this baggage, I got all this heavy energy on me, not knowing that I'm catching soul ties with these women. I didn't have no knowledge of that. So I would feel things, but I didn't know what it was, where it was coming from. So you gotta think differently now. You gotta be a little bit crazy. I know some of you guys experience this. Ladies, you experience this when you're trying to live differently from everybody else that's around you. You're trying to really live a righteous life, take care of yourself, gain knowledge, stuff that's different, stuff that's really not accepted by most people, and they start calling you weird, or they say you different, or you crazy. That's a good thing, right? I take that all day, every day. Call me crazy all you want to. I love it, right? I'd rather be called that than be called normal, or I'm just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Me being crazy, that means that I am my own person. I stand out. That means I'm doing something right. If you look at any person that has really revolutionized society and has really changed the course of society, they've all been a little different, a little crazy in the head, very unorthodox in how they think and how they move. But the results always speak for itself, right? It's not gonna serve you anymore to still think like the past. Our grandparents and our great-grandparents, like, this is a different world, a different age now. It's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors, bro, our grandparents, they ain't have to worry about half the stuff we worry about now. And I'm not like talking down on our ancestors. I'm just saying we're in a different time where information is widespread. It's everywhere. We can look on our phones and see what's going on all the way across the world in real time, instantly. And they didn't have that back then. So now we, as a collective, we can see what's going on all over the world. And that gives us a different insight, because not only do we see what's going on, but now we have regular average people giving their take on what's going on, as opposed to major media outlets who's going to tell us a narrative or a story they want us to hear. Now we can have our own stories. We can look at our story and see different information being fed to us. And that changed the ball game. Like I said, we got to worry about all this metaphysical things going on. You know what I'm saying? We got a financial crisis. This is all these things that we got to deal with in this time. And I feel like we wasn't prepared for it. You know, as a society, we wasn't prepared for it. Unless you've been doing your own work, your own spiritual work, meditating and grounding, going outside, doing your shadow work. But besides that, we wasn't really taught or trained how to be the way we need to for this time. And this is why it's difficult for a lot of people going through their awakening, especially on this side of the world, you know, because spirituality is something that's not very, it doesn't have a light shined on it. You know, it's like people believe in it, or they know about it, but they don't really live by it. So when you're going through your awakening, it's like, wow, what do I do? I'm lost. That's why it's so amazing to be able to have content like this and other content creators to be almost like a light or a guide or just another like-minded person that you can relate to. It's a crazy world we living in right now, bro. Get those gears turning a different way. You have to, right? How is it going to help you still trying to be out here living like it's 2015? You know, when the world, bro, you can barely pay rent right now. Going grocery shopping is more expensive than eating out nowadays. You know, $100 won't get you barely anything worth of groceries. I tried to buy a can of beans the other day. It was like $5 for one can of beans. I remember when canned food used to be like 50 cents, 40 cents, 69 cents. Now we paying triple the amount of the prices, quadruple the amount of prices just for the basics. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way that you move. So what if people make fun of you, man? Look, we out of those times. You know, half the people walking around not even consciously aware of the world around them. They just stuck in the program. People only know what they see, hear, and experience. That's it. And most people, they live in a routine. They do the same thing every single day. So if you don't go outside the box, or if you don't do something unorthodox in your day that's going to get you out of that repetitive routine, then you're not going to know anything but the world you've been living in. And that's where a lot of people are. A lot of people don't want to believe that this world is changing and there's things that we can't explain about this place, because everyone lives in their ego and they want to stick to what they know. They don't want to challenge themselves and go outside the box because that's scary. People fear the unknown. People fear what they don't understand. So they'll call you crazy, call you weird, you know, look down on you, because deep down they're afraid to go that far, to push themselves past that limit. You know, when I was growing up, man, people will always tell me, like, don't ask too many questions because you'll go crazy. And that never made sense to me as a child. Like, why wouldn't I want to ask questions? But yet, when I'm at school, I'm encouraged to ask questions. If you don't know something, raise your hand, ask questions. But when it comes to real life and spirituality and metaphysics, if I ask questions, I'm gonna go crazy. Or, you know, I'm not supposed to know these answers. That don't make sense to me. All knowledge is free game. So it's time for all of us to tap into that frequency, that stream of consciousness that's going to protect us and lead us to the promised land, lead us to a better reality. This is why these times are shaking up your world right now, to get you out of that program, to get you on a different trajectory, so that you can blast up out of here, so you can shift. You gotta be a little crazy to shift. You gotta think. Look, when I went through my awakening, bro, I felt like I was crazy. I felt like something was wrong with me. because I didn't know what was going on. My dreams felt like reality. My reality felt like dreams. That line was severely blurred. Like my dreams and my reality was just one stream of consciousness. I didn't know the difference. But once I allowed the pieces to fit together, I was given a new perspective, a new lens to look through in this life. And I can never go back. You can never go back to that. You can never go back to your old ways. And this is why you have a responsibility to keep pushing the limits. Keep being a radical. All right? Keep thinking outside the box, because that's what makes big change. That's what changes the world. Those thoughts that you have, that you be thinking like, man, this is crazy. Man, why am I thinking like this? I can't achieve this. Those ambitious dreams and goals that you have that come to your thoughts when you just sitting around with nothing to do, don't doubt those. Don't dismiss those. They're given to you for a reason, because you have the open mind and the energy to get that done. So embrace your craziness, man. Embrace that different side about you, and embrace that weird side of yourself that you think people wouldn't accept. Be yourself. Go crazy right now in all aspects of your life, because time isn't promised to us and we don't know how much time we have left. You have nothing to lose. Look, in 2023, you don't have anything to lose right now. The way they tell it, the world can end any day now, any second. Any second we can get hit with a massive flood or an invasion, an alien attack, anything. So that right there should give you incentive to go hard, go crazy right now for what you want in life, right? Don't hold back. Get up every single day and go after what you want. So I hope this resonated with someone, man. But hey, if you guys need help, you need further guidance on how to find yourself and find that potential within you, I do one-on-one consultations. So make sure y'all hit that link in my description and in my pinned comments. Y'all have a beautiful day, man. And I'm out. Peace.